Hello everyone, my name is Curtis Brown. I'll be your instructor for Homeland Security Emergency Preparedness 302 for the spring semester of 2018. And I just want to give you an introduction to who I am and also to outline the objectives for the course and to go over the syllabus. My goal is to each week kick off the week with an introductory video for you to know what the objectives are for the week. On Sunday of the following week, at the conclusion of the week, I'll send out a written post to identify some of the core concepts for that past week. Please begin to review the syllabus, review it in detail. Send me an email if you have any questions. I'll be happy to discuss that with you as well. Please proceed to get the textbook from VCU Library, or reach out to the publisher and get the online version. So if you want to have that version. The readings will be both the textbook as well as some additional readings. All the additional readings are available online or essentially via Blackboard in the document section. So just highlighting the course. Of course, you got the course description in the syllabus, but this course is emergency planning and incident management, and it's really from the perspective of an emergency manager. Emergency manager works with fire, law enforcement, public health. They coordinate all the different disciplines to prepare our local government, our states for emergencies. As it relates to my background, I've worked in emergency management for over a decade at the state and local regional level. I also had an opportunity to serve on the House Committee on Homeland Security in D.C., House of Representatives. And so I also have that perspective of the federal national level. I've also worked with nonprofit organizations in the private sector. They all have roles in emergency preparedness and help with response and recovery. So this course will look at how all those different entities work together to deal with a multitude of various emergencies, whether it's a hurricane, flooding, terrorist attack, cyber attack. There's a diverse amount of threats. And so the course is really geared to understanding the mindset of emergency manager. That provides you with the baseline to begin planning for those threats and understanding the emergency management process of preparedness, mitigation, response, and recovery. This will then enhance your ability when an incident really does occur to respond most effectively. And so as the course mentions, particular focus on incident management, response planning, training, operations during and after emergencies, and maintaining services in the immediate aftermath. The course will be structured to discuss that by looking at some of the textbooks, but also looking at some of the doctrine related to emergency management. I really want this course to be, as hands-on as possible, even from a virtual, even though it's a virtual online course. And so I do integrate the development of executive memos. You'll have 2 of those to write, probably about 2 or 3 pages. It'll be on topics associated with the reading as well as recent events. As it relates to recent events, 2017 was a very major year as it relates to emergencies. You had 3 major hurricanes impact the United States, and the devastating effect is still being realized as all 3 of those places, Texas, Florida, and most importantly, Puerto Rico, are recovering. So we have those disasters. We also have had recent fires and mudslides in California. So there's a host of very timely topics related to emergency management for us to discuss. And so understanding the mindset of the emergency manager and the threats we face is going to be part of the things that we're going to be doing in the course and learning and discussing each week in our discussion board posts. If you look at the grading, class participation is the largest percentage of your grade. So you'll have a discussion board post due essentially each week. I think there's 2 weeks that there's not a discussion board post, and of course midterm and final exam week and spring break are excluded, but that counts for 25% of your grade. So I really cannot emphasize you have to make a post answering the question that I posed, and then also respond to 2 of your classmates' posts. That gives you hopefully you have a thoughtful original post and response, but that is a complete grade. There's a couple of folks last semester who only initiated their original post and did not respond or review 2 other classmates' posts. It requires both initial post and then 2 other responses to your classmates. The second component of grading is the independent study certification. These certifications are consistent with the reading. They're also something very is good to add to your resume. Some of you may have done these certificates in other courses. In that case, I would strongly encourage you to review the course material again online. All of these FEMA certificates are available through FEMA Emergency Management Institute. Review that information, because that information will be again on the midterm and the final comprehensive exam. But by April 15th, I'll ask everyone to print out in PDF a copy of the certificate for those 4 courses and send those all to me at one time. And so that would, by April 15th, a couple of weeks before the final grades are due, that will ensure that you get credit for that. Those 4 certificates are worth 20% of the overall grade. The third item for grading is the executive memos that I discussed. You'll be responsible for doing 2 executive memos, one in the first half of the semester and one in the second half of the semester. These executive memos will be topical, related to the reading and the work up until that point, and will be 2 to 3 pages. I'll give you more details related to those executive memos. But again, these are paper. These are not academic traditional research paper. They are memos, which again relates more to the type of practical work you'll be doing as an emergency manager. And I'll give more details on that. You'll have 2 quizzes to do. The quizzes should be easy if you do the reading and keep up with the work. Probably about 10 questions each. And again, you'll have 1 the first half of the semester and 1 the second half of the semester. The 4th item is the midterm. It'll cover all the information again from that first half of the semester. And then the final exam will be comprehensive. So it'll cover all of the semester. And as a component of the final exam, you will have to write an executive memo for the final exam. So that is the course grading. Again, I cannot underemphasize the point of keeping up with the reading. Again, this is being an online course. Greater emphasis is put on that. You have the syllabus now. You can move forward with the reading. I will only post the discussion board questions on each Sunday, so you will have to do that in real time. But you can move forward with the reading. So there's no excuse related to any delays with the reading. Again, my hope is that the bookstore will have the book available soon. So I do want to briefly discuss the breakdown of the coursework and the syllabus, so you can understand the flow of the overall semester. Week 1 through week 3 really is an introduction to the basic tasks of emergency preparedness and disaster mitigation. Again, you can't understand emergency management and start planning unless you understand the environment in which you'll be planning in. So the first week, again, is pretty introductory, asking you to look at the syllabus, the course documents, but also to look at the National Preparedness Report submitted by FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and DHS, as well as the National Preparedness Goal from September 2015. This provides a comprehensive nationwide perspective on preparedness